Hi everyone, it's Dr. Reverend Mar-yam with Dinner Time to Heal. Welcome to my new series called Thanksgiving and Christmas Dinner Alternatives. Shepherd's pie made with sweet potatoes, caramelized pears, apples, and chicken with sweet aromatic sensitive flavors of rosemary, sweet potatoes topped with string beans, haricots, onions and mushrooms topped with my hoisin and ginger beef. The roasted vegetables are so yummy and this chicken is incredibly flavorful. It's a meal that your heart will never forget. Neither will your Thanksgiving plate or Christmas dinner. My friends, this next dish literally is my all-time favorite, and I don't care what you call it. You can call it a meaty eggplant Parmesan or a pasteless lasagna. Honey, it doesn't matter. It is pure deliciousness. But before I get started, I want to say thank you for your support to my ministry, PhoenixHealingMinistries.org, from the Awakening of Phoenix Living with Disability Healing LLC here on YouTube and Facebook. We are making enough sales to trademark our saying, it is not just your spirituality that can define your journey, it's your journey that can define your spirituality. But please don't forget that we are so grateful for all your support that we have started a $1,000 singing contest with Acapella Awakening here on Facebook and YouTube. Trust in Him is the name of the contest. All the official rules and deadline is posted on Facebook. Good luck and God bless. We truly thank you for your... I know you guys are ready to cook. Let's get started. Did you know that raw onions contain sulfur compounds which increase the production of neurotransmitters in the brain, which leads to improved memory, attention span, and concentration levels? They are packed with disease and free radical fighting antioxidants, which help repair and protect damaged cells in your body. And allium vegetables, such as garlic and onions, have antidepressant effects. I have here a chopped 1/2 cup and 2 large garlic cloves minced. Okay, step 3. I have here a small to medium size red bell pepper. We're just going to slice about 1/3 off and then slice long ways, and then across the short length. Make it into nice and chunky dices. Then we're going to take this beautiful green bell pepper and do the same. Put it in a bowl and place it aside. Step 4. Here you will need 4 to 5 medium large white button mushrooms or portobellos. I have about 1 to 4, not wet, but damp napkin squares to clean off my mushrooms. Be gentle, but you want to get rid of that dirt. Once they are clean, you want to chop them into large chunks. 2 cups of mushrooms actually hold about 4.4 grams of protein. That's not enough. Because of this, on their own, mushrooms are not a nutritional substitute for meat because they just don't contain as much protein and they have less iron, zinc, and B12 than meat does. But mushroom proteins are rich in leucine and lysine, essential amino acids not found in many plant-based foods. Step 5, it's time to rinse off the star of the show, eggplant. Don't you just love that color? You need to use a small or medium, and you want 1 eggplant per layer. And I remove the end and top, and then next you just want to hold it steady. Because of its shape, it will roll. Make slices that are thin to medium size. If you make them too thick, it won't cook through properly. If you make it too thin, it will be overdone and mushy and fall apart. So keep them fresh and firm, and it can prevent them from browning. You want to place them in cool water. I don't use a lemon in my water because I find that it will break it down too much. Step 6, you want to go ahead and crack. You see here 2, but I ended up using 3 eggs, a little salt, a little pepper, and whisk that up. Step 7, you want 1.5 cup of all-purpose white flour. Add to that a dash of salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder, and Italian seasoning. For this recipe, you want 80-20 ground beef because you don't want it to get oily while cooking in the oven. I'm going to use 2 pounds. All right, so step 8, go ahead and place your ground beef in the pot. And I think you know what I'm about to say here. Look, this is what energy of food is all about, the purpose of food. Learn to feel your measurements. Exercise that part of your brain and your mind. Okay, so I have a very small dash of coarse kosher salt because we'll be using mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, which holds enough sodium, right? So then you can have a dash of pepper, garlic and onion powder. My friends, I'm telling you right now, granulated is so much sweeter. And of course, optional red pepper flakes, and my favorite ingredient of all time, whole oregano. Add a nice healthy dash of that. Next up is step 9. You want to go ahead and take your eggplant, dip it inside of the egg and in the flour. You don't need excess flour. And just go ahead and put it in the frying pan until brown. You really want to have patience here. And you want to cook it on a low to medium heat because you don't want them to burn and you don't want to release too much of the flour inside of the oil. You'll taste it. It's nasty. Take it out and put it on a napkin. Next up, you want to go ahead and drain your beef, my friends. It's all about health here. If you're living with disability and you're not moving around a lot, you don't want to have all that oil. It's going to clog up your arteries. If you do, you want to make sure you're moving around a lot, okay? Go ahead and return your onions and bell peppers into the pot. Next up, we're going to go ahead and place in our mushrooms and stir. This is where your energy is most potent. The food is going to take your energy. You put energy into whatever you do, and it's going to give back. So keep your thoughts positive. Just a little reminder, don't forget to keep your eye out for those eggplants. Yes, my friends, I am draining the meat once again. I am adamant about getting that oil out. It masks flavors like salt and pepper. You wind up putting more when the meal is finished. And if you're trying to look out for high sodium foods, this is the way to do it. And next up, we're going to go ahead and add our garlic. And of course, again, I use whole oregano, you guys. You have to research the benefits. So powerful. Add a whole can of diced tomatoes. You want the ones that are seasoned, basil and oregano, or basil and garlic. And then, my friends, this is a recipe. So if you use something other than ragu and you come back to me talking about it doesn't taste good, honey, it's like, what sauce did you use? Okay? You want chunky garden style. It's so good. This is not sponsored. So here you see me wiping out the pan. Remember how earlier I told you that the flour will get mixed up inside that oil and make it taste nasty? Well, you want to clean in between rounds of frying that eggplant. Okay, we made it to the very last steps in our process of making this meaty eggplant parmesan or pasteless lasagna. Yummy! We're going to go ahead and foil this baking pan and put our sauce on the inside. You want to make sure you get it all the way into the corners. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to make the bottom moist. Once you have that in there, you're going to go ahead and place on your eggplants. Guys, you're going to put them in a row, but a lot of times when you get to the end, there's not enough space. Cut it in half and go ahead and fill it in. You go ahead and place all the way on the bottom of the pan all of your eggplant. You're going to put on top of that your sauce, and then on top of that some cheese. I start off with Parmesan and then top that with mozzarella. You don't want to put too little, but you don't want to put too much. It's all about balance here and preference. If you like more of the taste of the sauce and the eggplant and the vegetables, then don't put that much cheese. If you want it to be extra cheesy, go ahead and load it up. And you want to layer this. I made 2 layers, but you can have 3 like you saw I had 2 eggplants. You want 1 small or medium eggplant per layer. Once we're done, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven for 375 to 400 degrees, depending on your oven, for 35 to 40 minutes. La perfezione è fatta. Perfection. It is done. Will you look at this yummy goodness right here? You guys, this is one of my favorite meals of all time. It is the favorite meal that I make once a year. It's flavorful. It's easy to make. It's easy to clean up. My goodness, what do you need? Onions, bell peppers, garlic, mushrooms, and eggplant. Some beef, some tomatoes, and some ragu sauce. You have perfection. And oh my goodness, look at it in this warm, romantic lighting. It's so perfect, not only for Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner alternatives, but a romantic dinner. God bless you all. Happy holidays. You're God's child. Thank you for watching. If you've been blessed by this content, help the phoenixhealingministries.org grow and subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up and share our content. You're worth it. You're worthy. You're enough. You're God's child. And as always, it is not just your spirituality that can define your journey. It's your journey that can define your spirituality.